Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy GrandmastaJ. Grace is taking a little nappy poo, okay, in the corner, and you hear the jazz. You know what time it is. It is time for replay reviews. Today, we have a floor 6 Giovanna versus a Slayer. Now, we're going to be coaching the Giovanna player. It's going to be a short one because, honestly, they kind of get whopped a little too fast. But there is a couple of things to note. I did take notes of this actual match beforehand, right? So that I can kind of like further, what do you say? Like, give my thoughts in a more concise manner rather than just kind of going off the dome. That being said, before we jump into it, if you guys are interested in coaching yourselves, okay, there are two ways for you to get that. One, you can join my Discord channel and submit in the replay review section. All right, I've already had a couple of people who submitted their uploads. I will get back to you guys, maybe, right? This is a chance. This is only a chance, right? For it to kind of be reviewed by everybody's peers, right? If you want to give advice as well, you can. And I might pick one person a week to kind of send my notes to them personally through the DMs. If you want some more guaranteed coaching, because I know people have been asking for this, you can actually go to my metafee.gg, and I do have coaching for as little as $10 a month. Not $10 a month, just $10, period, right? But anyways, all that shilling out the way, right? Because I know people have been asking, so that's how you can do that. Let's just jump into it, okay? Let's do it. Here we go. Round start. You know what your boy likes, okay? You know what your boy's fiending for, all right? Let's see. Giovanna, Slayer, round starts. Let's get into it. Let's see it. You know I like it. What do we do? The far slash. Far slash. Little, not even like a great far, a little bit of a sloppy far slash. Now, does this really work? Not really. I've never really seen Giovanna use far slash round start. It's not super good of a move, right? Because it doesn't really travel too far. I would love to see like a 5H, right? If you're trying to interrupt maybe Slayer's far slash or something like that, 5K would be great. 2K even, right? Just because it's just faster. And also far slash, when you whiff it, it has a lot of recovery. So if Giovanna is not really on roller skates or like roller skating, then it's not very, very good. Slayer's up in the air, gets hit, right? Doesn't get a confirm off of it. Okay, you block and then you go in. Now, was this a good place to kind of go in? I mean, like, you know, it worked out. Like, so the Slayer didn't cancel into anything. Maybe you were kind of like reacting to the fact that they didn't guess anything. Or maybe you just didn't know they had things to cancel into. Not sure. But a little risky. It works out. You get them in a block string, right? Now you do the flip and then he does the close slash, right? So immediately we can gather information from this. The speed of which he uses close slash, you know he's mashing, all right? That's something to know. The Slayer player is mashing. He doesn't give a fudge about your being in block stun. He's pressing buttons in block stun, okay? This comes into play later. So the Slayer does, I mean, I guess that's the only combo he knows. Now you do wake up buttons. Not sure what button. Let's see if we can find out. Enhance. What button do you press? Maybe throw? It is way too hard to see. It looks like a crouch jab. Crouch jab, not super great. If it was wake up throw, that would have been okay, right? Because sometimes you can make like a hard read on defense, like when you're waking up in a scrambly situation and be like, oh, I'm gonna throw him, right? It's 2 frames. It is a very, very fast move. Doesn't work out. You get hit. You burst, right? Now, okay. The Slayer player doesn't really know that many counters. Okay, because they haven't really finished a combo once in this entire set. But Slayer, if you look, Slayer's chunking a lot of Giovanna's health, and also he's looking pretty healthy. Okay, and the reason why is because Slayer's just a character that's able to throw his weight around and deal a lot of damage regardless, right? That being said, how does one deal with a character like this? You need to kind of keep it tight and keep it simple, right? Giovanna's advantage is that she's able to cover, like say Giovanna's standing right here, right? Hold on. This is my Giovanna stick figure, okay? You got the dog kind of like wrapping around with his fluffy tail, right? Giovanna's advantage is that she's able to cover this aggressive amount of space very quickly with a traveling hitbox, right? She's able to travel with a giant box full of hits, right? Hits. All right. A little bit of Michael Jackson. Anyway, so She's able to travel this far with a giant hitbox, right? Which is great against characters who don't really know how to play neutral, right? Giovanna's neutral does kind of carry her in this sense, or carry new players in this sense. Another thing that she's extremely good at is the use of 2D, okay? So far, it's been 10 seconds. We haven't seen 2D once, obviously, right? It's been 10 seconds. But 2D is going to play a major role in matchups like these, especially in matchups that you're unsure of. Why? Because 2D, it kind of does everything for you. It pays your taxes, it walks your dog, it does everything, right? It's a great anti-air, it's a great poking tool, it's a huge disjoint, right? It's just a great tool overall that people who don't know how to deal with it will have a hard time dealing with it. So, that being said, those are the things that I would like to see in this set, right? So, let's just rewind a bit. You get hit, you burst, all right? You get hit, you burst, okay? Now, you do one of those, but you don't really commit to it. Okay, maybe you react to the fact that they were in the air, which would have been pretty nice, but honestly, like, in these floors where you see that their opponents like mashing as well, the spiral arrow is just very good overall. It just catches so many things. You could just use it constantly over and over again from full screen because most people don't really know how to 6P it, right? So you could just keep doing that constantly just to maintain your plus frames, especially from full screen, especially the enhanced version, which does not give a crap about any defensive option in the game. So using that is a good idea, right? Obviously doesn't fully commit to it now, but it would be nice to see it commit to it in fact. Gets a combo, doesn't do the combo, right? Now I see that you're going for the 2H here, right? Maybe you lose 2H in reaction to the anti-air, or maybe the only combo we really know is 5S 2H, right? But if we go over to my little lab over here, all right, one thing I would suggest, especially in these lower ranks as Giovanna, is just this. Something as simple as this, right? Literally used in low levels, high levels, every levels in the entire fucking book. Also, anti-airing with this button is just not good in general, right? Using 6P if you see them in the air is just so good, especially since it hits on the ground and in the air. Gosh, Giovanna's such a good character, bro. That's why people are sleeping on this character. I don't think people are sleeping on this character, but, you know, she's always very, very strong. Okay. Anyway, that being said, okay. You get hit. You get hit because you drop the combo, right? And remember, he's mashing. We already know this. We've established that he's mashing. You wake up 2K, which is okay. I think that every single button that you use, right? I would love to see 2K 2D, right? 2K 2D, very, very strong. Also, very good against mashing. You get hit. You're waking up mashing. I would love to see a lot less wake up mash, and of course, right, the flip is just not going to work. So the flip mix-up only really works against people who don't mash. It's just not going to work in this matchup. Okay. Round 2. Let's start. Okay, 6P. I actually like the 6P round start. 6P round start is pretty good. Right? Why? Because it catches a lot of far slashes. It catches anything like jump forward or whatever the frick, and Giovanna 6P is very good. Okay. The round start 6P. All right, that's okay. All right, tries to do it again. It doesn't really work out. Kind of weird that it doesn't work out. Right? You're not blocking on wake up. Okay, now you're blocking on wake up because you understand the threat. I would love to see a more block on wake up. That's what I mean by it was very fast. Okay, very fast match, but that's okay. Now the thing is that what can we really break down about round 2, right? So a couple things to note is that the use of 6P is great, right? Slayer is a character that has a very linear movement pattern. And honestly, a lot of that is completely stuffed out by the use of 2D. One immediate change I can see you make in this matchup is the use of 2D far more, and also the use of Spiral Arrow. Especially, well, against a character like this, or against a player like this, where he is focused on moving forward, right? He's focused on moving forward, and Slayer is a moving gun, okay? Hopefully this does not get me demonetized. He is a moving gun, right? So he is moving forward. The one thing you can do as a Giovanna player, especially against a Slayer who's not very good at moving forward very quickly, is you can back up and just Spiral Arrow in. Why the fudge not, right? Back up, Spiral Arrow in, get your plus frames, far slash 5H, and you're good as gold, right? Because look at how much space this thing even covers, right? If we go back over to my lab, okay? Back over to the lab. What the frick is the trap? Dude, I have not played Giovanna in so long. There we go. right? Look at that, boom. That basically goes full screen, right? And if you're fighting an opponent who's just running forward at you, right, just doing this at safer ranges, right? Oh, I would also suggest having a dash button as Giovanna just in general, right? Because you see like dash bar slash, and you just like slide across the ground, right? Getting used to like just forcing her forward and 2Hing like pretty much everything. Like I'm gonna set the Slayer player to like do something like that, right? Look at that. What the fudge? Like honestly, this kind of makes me upset. I'll be real with you. Like, why the frick can she just do that, right? But that just goes to show that her 2D is just that strong, right? So, in my notes, okay, I pulled up my notes. Slayer's mashing. Number one, rule number one, the Slayer player is mashing. So, a lot of things that you want to do is going to be tight, concise, and you either get hit, you either hit him or you get out. You don't really want to run a whole lot of mix-ups, especially at floor 3. It's a little difficult to tell you like, oh, like I would suggest you stagger, you know, this into that, into that, right? Like, for example, if we set Slayer to mashing here, now this is something to work up to for sure, right? This is something I would say, hey, you might want to work up to a frame trap like this, right? Oh my gosh, am I even doing it right? There we go. A frame trap like this, right? Where you like delay your buttons like a lot, right? And then you're able to get combos from it, right? Giovanna's like super good at that, right? But that might be a little bit tricky to do or a little tricky to get the timing right. One thing I would suggest is doing exactly what I did. Go into training mode, set them to slash, put them to block, right? And then you just want to delay your buttons, right? See, I did it wrong. Delay your buttons enough that you get the slash out, right? This is just good practice. And if you want to get really fancy, nope, I'm not fancy at all. Whatever, doesn't matter. But you see the point, right? That kind of helps with frame traps. But if you're not comfortable with doing that, then just honestly, just get in, do this. Oh, he blocked. I'm gonna back up, right? Or I'm gonna go back to blocking, right? Whatever. Oh, he blocked. Whatever. I'm gonna go back to blocking, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get back in, right? Because if you do this into that, you just completely blow them up, right? Just completely stomp them, right? Another thing too is 2K2D. So exactly the same situation with the whole mashing thing. 2K2D, right? It just completely destroys anybody, right? Like 2K2D is ridiculous. I gotta play Giovanna. Yo, Giovanna? What is it? 5 likes and I will play Giovanna. Some dumb crap. Right? But you guys see the point, okay? That's a big one, all right? So you don't want to flip pretty much at all in this matchup. The flip, reset, mix up, whatever you want to call it, it's just not going to work, okay? I like the 6P attempt, right? I would love to see it more, but I would love to see like an alteration between dash 6P and dash 2H against characters that you're very unsure of. You just want to get out a very invincible, very obnoxious, very disjointed move, and those kind of fit those criteria. Please, please, please block, okay? We've already seen many of situations where you're just kind of like very much all of round 2, you're just not blocking on wake up, right? You just have to block on wake up, right? It's just important. It keeps you alive. You only blocked after this situation, right? And then you just, yeah, no, you gotta block more, okay? If you're unsure of when to block, literally, this is the best advice I can give you on blocking, right? Ignore everything else, all the advanced techniques and all that stuff. Just hold this. Just learn to do FD. Learn to do FD, right? You can assign it to a button and just block, right? Because people at these floors, they're not gonna know like how to have like good block strings. I should big air quotes, good block strings. So you're just gonna push them all the way back, and then you're able to do whatever the frick you want. Most people are not gonna really try to catch air dashes, or you can even do like, if you're pushed out enough, you can even just do 2D, because 2D is kind of really stupid, right? And you're off to the races, okay? Another thing, I would love to see far slash more. I think I already kind of covered this, which is that I would love to see a combination of this, and this a lot, because that just helps your neutral overall. That's Giovanna's bread and butter. She literally rotate those moves even at a high level and still win, right? Block and wake up, already got that. 2K 2D, yeah, I already went over that. End pressure with kick. So ending pressure with this is just very good, right? You just want to end your pressure with it, and depending on how far you push them out, you can also try to take your turn back with 6P, right? Or 5K, or 5P apparently. right? And learning to delay it, which I just delay it like naturally, right? But say I don't delay it. Golly, it's so hard to break that habit. Say I don't delay it, right? And I'm in far slash range, right? You can just completely just smack them up again, right? Or if they try to press 5K or something like that, your 6P is just going to work very well. Dash S is your friend. That is the last note that I said. I already went over that, right? But you guys can see the point. So those are my talking points on this match. Obviously, it was kind of a small one, but we were still able to extract a lot of information out of it and hopefully provide something that can help you jump up in the ranks. That being said, guys, if you like the content, please consider subscribing and dropping a like video below. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.